Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 268th meeting of Delhi One Toastmasters. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me share the online meeting statement. By attending this remote area division, you agree to the privacy policy of Toastmasters International as well as the unassociated remote hosting service. Some of your personal information such as name, image, and any shared messages may be shared with other meeting participants and will be recorded by Toastmasters International, who may use the recording in future as it sees fit. Your remote attendance hereby discharge Toastmasters International from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damages, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use or distribution of said video recordings, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriation of likeness, or defamation. Let me share rules of meeting. Please mute yourself by clicking the audio button when the speaker or any role player is speaking, and mute only when it's your turn to speak. This will help to avoid distractions. There is a raise hand option at the screen below participants, which one can use if he or she wants to participate in table topics or listener a fun segment of the meeting. Please ask only Tech Master if you're audible or not. The Tech Master is Karthik Mishra. Let me introduce the President of Delhi One Toastmaster, Toastmaster Anand Kumar. I guess President is not available. Let me invite the Acting President of Delhi One Toastmaster, Bhavya Jain.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the 268th meeting of Delhi One Toastmasters Club. So, our club falls in Division E, Area E2, and it's our 268th meeting of the club. So, I will start with the introduction of guests. I can see Shubham Prateek Singh. I would request you to please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the club, how you got to know about the club, and what are your insights about attending a meeting of our club. Shubham, are you there?
Hello, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So I got to know about the Toastmaster from one of my friends. He's studied from university, and he told me that in this Toastmaster club so that I can improve my communication skills. Currently, I am pursuing LLB from City to Delhi University. First, I don't know how and what how. So I know more about the things as the times. So this much I would like to share about me right now and the things how I got to know about the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Shubham, for the introduction. We hope you like our meetings and soon join our club. So, moving towards the meeting, our teamwork for the day is Toastmaster Sanchit Gupta. He's playing this role for the first time. He's a business student and he's preparing for his exams right now and also working on online business meetings. So he has brought a very mysterious theme for us today, which is conspiracy theories. I'm really looking forward to what he has brought for us. So over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavya. I'm audible and clear, visible?
Yes.
All right, great. So, good evening, everyone, all the members and guests present in the meeting today. I'm doing this role for the very first time, and when I was thinking about the theme of the meeting, I wanted to be something interesting, something intriguing to everyone. During this lockdown period, I had a lot of ample time with me, so I used to watch various weird stuff on this YouTube, and that's where I got to know about these conspiracy theories. So, what actually conspiracy theories are? These are basically some explanations to some unproven events or incidents that happen in this world. When there's no concrete source of origin of how the event actually happened, that's where conspiracy comes into the picture. To give you an example for the same, um, let's take an example of this coronavirus. There's no origin, the source of how it happened. Some say that it happened because of eating of bat. Some say that it happened because of some chemical reaction. But we never know what actually happened. That's where conspiracy comes into picture. Some say it was Bill Gates was behind the picture who happened because of what happened this coronavirus. We never know. So I have some few examples of conspiracy theories I would like to share with you. These are some stupid and some relatable. I think many of you could actually believe in these conspiracy theories. Just a second. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes.
All right. So I just need a raise of hands, a reaction or something if you ever believed in the upcoming conspiracy theories. Do you believe that Undertaker had 7 lives? A reaction or anyone believed? Okay, Ankur believed and no one else. All right, great. I thought it is my only child, my own childhood who believed this. Did you ever believe that a PT teacher is having an affair with the English teacher in school? My school had this conspiracy. All right, we had this. A lot of it happened. Great. Next, do you think aliens exist and there's an Area 51? Or Ankur believes it. I see Karthik nodding his head. All right, great. Anirudh also believes it. And next, very controversial conspiracy. Who was in the kitchen? Rasode mein kaun tha? Who believes there Rashi in this kitchen? Or like many of you believe it. Great. So we won't be discussing this stupid conspiracy, believe me. I've cherry picked two of my favorite conspiracies that I actually believe in and which actually made my night sleepless thinking about it. I was always been a curious person. And one of them is the moon landing hoax, the fake moon landing. Anyone could tell that who was the first person to go on the moon? Can you themselves and tell?
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Oh yeah, great. So yeah, Neil Armstrong was the very first person who landed on the moon. What NASA say, and it actually happened in 1969. And since then, conspiracy have been in picture. People say that it never happened. It was all fake. It was all a rat race between US and Russia. US wanted to outshine Russia, so that's why they faked all this moon landing. It's completely hoax. It is completely fake. That's what the conspirators have to say. So as the meeting will continue, I will give you more evidences of both the sides, the conspirator side and the counter argument given by the government and the NASA agency. I will be completely neutral in this, and it's just you who's going to decide what actually would actually had happened in the event. Okay, so let's proceed with the meeting. I would first like to call upon the auxiliary role players for the meeting today. Just like every conspiracy theory, there's government behind it, there's CIAs, there's investigation agency who always keep minute details, the mistakes in the conspiracies. In the same way, we have auxiliary role players who um, points out mistakes and who help us how to improve upon our speeches in future meetings. So first role player I would like to call is the timer for the day, Shiva Mastana, who's acting as the timer for the day. Shiva Mastana, the stage is yours.
Hi Sanchit, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I won't be able to switch on video, so apologies for that. Okay, so today we have been learning. We will be going to learn so much about the mystique, conspiracy theories. But there's one important thing that we all must remember: that there are no conspiracy theories related to time. Everyone has conceded to the fact that no one can mess with time, and it's best to respect it if one wants to live a life full of happiness. So today, I expect all the speakers to ensure that they respect the time allotted to them. To help the speakers in keeping the track of the time, I will change my background to green, yellow, and red. I will change my background when the speaker reaches the minimum allotted time. I will change my background to yellow when the speaker reaches the mean allotted time, and will change the background of the screen to red when the speaker reaches the maximum allotted time. It is important to know that there's a grace period of 30 seconds on both the upper and the lower limits for each speech and role, except for the table topic speeches. The table topic speakers are allowed a grace period of 30 seconds only on the upper side. So, so I request all the speakers to be aware of the time and respect it. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. Next up, we have the R counter for the day, which is being performed by Toastmaster Pooja. And yes, Pooja, you can go on and please help us explain the rule for today's meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanchit. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm the counter for the day. What happens when we speak? Sometimes we use filler words like "as," and we repeat the phrases work like "I know," you know. And when we speak, it is not evident to us. So today I'm going to help you to find these fillers if you use any in these, so that you can work upon your filler words. And I will give my report during the evaluation session, and general evaluator call me for the same. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Sanchit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pooja. Next up, we have the language evaluator for the day, which has been performed by Toastmaster Ankur. Toastmaster Ankur, can we have you on the stage, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanchit. It is said that when letters conspire, they become words. When words conspire, they become sentences. And when sentences conspire, they become the most important tool of human beings called language. And today I'll be evaluating the quality of language in our meeting by noting down the good usages of language, not so good usages of language, and the use of word of the day, which I believe you can see on the screen. Can you confirm, Shivam?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
it is
clear.
visible. Yeah.
So the word of the day today is collusion. As the theme is conspiracy theories, you may be understanding that the word itself means a secret agreement or cooperation, especially for illegal or deceitful purpose. This word is slightly used in a negative connotation. For example, there is a collusion between two teams to fix the result of the match. Sometimes we use the word collusion in a positive way when we are exaggerating or we are using a hypothetical situation. So I encourage each one of you to try to use this word of the day, collusion. And whenever a speaker uses it, I would request everyone to give a thumbs up, either virtually by reactions or by showing their video. That's all from me. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankur. Next up, we have our next auxiliary role player, the listener for the day, and it is being performed by Toastmaster Bhavya. Toastmaster Bhavya, can you please explain your role, please?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanchit. So, to know about the secrets of conspiracy theories, we all must be active listeners. So, my role as an active listener is to check how attentive you all are during the meeting. I'll be doing so by keeping a note of tidbits throughout the meeting which I feel are important and you should remember. I will be asking them in the evaluation segment when the general evaluator calls me, and I can point out anyone to answer any questions. So I would just request you all to be attentive throughout the meeting. So hope to hope that you all answer my questions really well. Oh, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavya. So as every Toastmaster meeting have a typical three sections. First is the prepared speech section, in which all the prepared speakers come forward and give their speeches. Next up, we have the impromptu or the table topic session, in which the table topic master gives impromptu topics to the speakers, and we have to speak for 1 or 2 minutes. And the last segment is the journal evaluation segment, in which the journal evaluator and the auxiliary role players helps us how to improve on the speeches in our future meetings. So I would like to start with the first segment, the prepared speech segment. So first speaker we have Toastmaster Santosh. But before calling her, I would like to call her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavya, to lay down the objectives of the speech. Toastmaster Bhavya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanchit. So Toastmaster Santosh will be delivering her Level 3, Project 3, which is elective of Innovative Planning Pathway. Her project title is Understanding the Vocal Varieties. The speech title is Angry Kya. So the objective of the project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech. The member must present a well-organized speech which can be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses, and the emphasis should be on the vocal variety during the speech. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Santosh. Back to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavya. Toastmaster Santosh, would you like to have a video and audio check before you start your speech? Can you please speak a sentence? You're not audible. Can anyone else hear her?
No, you are not audible. Yeah, try speaking near the mic.
Yeah, you are too far away from your mic.
Yeah. Try speaking now.
Just give me 5 seconds. Now am I audible?
Yeah, you are perfectly audible.
Yes.
Okay.
We can't see a video. Yeah, now it's clear. Alright, let's start. Toastmaster Santosh, angry kya? Angry kya? Toastmaster Santosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanchit. Hello. Hi, Anju. Where are you? We are already very late. We have to reach at the venue on the time for the on the time. Sorry, Sanju, I'm not coming. How can you say this? You have to inform me earlier. This was a discussion between me and my friend Anju. I got angry. I also changed my plan and didn't go for the function. I was so angry. I destroy my whole day thinking about it. Let me ask you, what would you do if your friend says no at the last moment? If your mom doesn't make your favorite dish? If you have wait for someone for hours? I think most of us would get angry in such situations, isn't it? Good evening, everyone. Anger is a natural response, and sometimes it is required to protect our self-respect. But in today's world, people use it as a cup of tea. I mean, very frequently. That's why one can see live movie fight scenes on the road, home, buses, even metro. If someone gets angry frequently, people call them mentally disturbed. I think it is the anger which actually causes the illness. There is no illness which actually causes the illness. There is no illness which actually causes the anger. Because when we get angry, our body then releases some hormone like adrenaline and the cortisol. As a result, our body temperature, heartbeat, pulse rate might increases, and sometimes at a dangerous level. Anger doesn't just impact us physically, but it also destroys our relationship. In anger, sometimes we say the words which we shouldn't say. And as you all know that the words can never be taken back. So don't you think that we should away from the anger? Today, I can suggest you 3 ways for controlling your anger. The first is the first is I'm sorry. The first is know the reason behind your anger. It is imperative to know the reason behind your anger because most of us start fighting on silly things like someone being late for 10 minutes, someone took something without asking. I have seen huge fights happen on these trivial things. And if, but in actual, there is a big reason behind these arguments. Our own peace of mind gets disrupted and we bother every little things too much. If you find yourself getting angry too much, yeah, rapidly, pause. Ask yourself, why am I angry? Why am I angry? Finding the real source behind your angerness will help you to communicate your feeling with calmness and take the resolution towards the constructive action. Second is don't surrender your anger to yourself. Once Gautam Buddha was giving a speech to the village's people. A young man came and shouted at the Buddha, but the Buddha was not paying attention to him. The young man walked in front of Buddha and shouted again, Buddha, if you buy a gift for someone and that person doesn't take that gift, to whom does that gift belongs to? Young man, the gift belongs to me. Buddha, absolutely right. It is same with the anger, with your anger. If you becomes angry with me and I do not feel insulted nor accept your hostility, then the anger remains with yours alone. That means you would be unhappy, not I. Third is practice. No one makes you unhappy. Practice. No one makes you angry. Yes, you have heard it right. During my graduation time, I was bit angry at every little things that I didn't like. Once I read a quote that no one makes you angry, you choose anger as a response. I practice not to get angry for 21 days. Why 21 days? According to research, if you do something for 21 days continuously, that becomes your habit. I have implemented this quote in my life. It immensely helped me a lot to stay calm in most of the situation. If someone denies to me for anything, if someone doesn't listen to me, if someone does opposite of what I want, I accept that happily. I think it is the best way to stay calm. Remember, anger neither solves anything nor builds anything. So, when your friend says no for the help at the last moment, if your mom doesn't make your favorite dish, if you have to wait for someone for us, don't get angry. Because that's their problem, not yours. Stay happy and enjoy the life. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanchit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh. I would really keep those points in my mind when I get angry next time. Next up, we have our next speaker, Toastmaster Anirudh. But before calling him, I would like to call his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Karthik, on the stage to tell the objectives of the speech. Toastmaster Karthik, can we have you on stage?
Thank you, Timon. Uh, Toastmaster Anirudh Kumar will give speech on Level 1, Project 2 of Pathways, Innovative Planning. Title of speech is Don't Complain But Chase. The purpose of the project is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to the second speech. Time limit is given is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker. I will submit the report at the end of the meeting. Over to Timon.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik. Toastmaster Anirudh, would you like to have a video and audio check before we start?
Sure, Toastmaster Sanchit. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Let me
audible
know
and
things will
visible.
be visible. And this is a sample sentence to check if I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Great. So let's start. Toastmaster Anirudh, don't complain but chase. Don't complain but chase. Toastmaster Anirudh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sanchit, for introducing me. And hi, DOTMites. I see Toastmaster Ankur. I see Toastmaster Santosh. I see Pooja is here. And yeah, a lot of people. Karthik is here. Oh, how are you guys doing? You might be watching me, on video, because whenever I was attended Toastmasters meeting online, you might have seen only my profile picture. But I just managed, to replace my laptop with my phone and just to show you my face after 5 to 7 months, because the time I have got today is 5 to 7 minutes, and I have to sum up my past 5 to 7 minutes journey with you all. And not just that, I'll try to pass on the learnings that I had in 5 to 7 months. Hopefully, as you might assume, it wasn't good, but yeah, through following some good things, some good practice, how I converted my negative situations to positive situations. Maybe the passing on the learnings would help not just me, but somebody who might be sitting in the audience and would have faced similar situations. It actually didn't started 5 months back, but it started at the start of my university days. So I was admitted into NSIT, and from the very first day of college, I always tried to have backup plans.
Speaker
And
Anirudh, you are
from
start.
here we'll have a lot of hopes that hi, am I audible? Hi Karthik, is it clear now?
Yes, you are clear. Please continue.
Sure, thank you. So yeah, as like every undergrad student, on the first day we have a lot of aspirations that when we'll pass on from this university, we'll have a very good fantastic campus placement. I also had the same dream, but I didn't go for it as the only option. I tried to have backup plans. What if I don't have placement? I tried to collect money and try to save money, whatever I could earn, by working here and there, in part-time and internships, and just for contractual jobs. So I tried to save each and every penny, and I invested into a couple of mutual funds as well. Long story short, right on the February day, I also was able to start my own venture, and by the name Cross Skills, and we completed 2.5 years there. I was very hopeful that at one place I can sit into caps placements, I can have a job. I have already started my venture. I can go for my full-time startup, and also I still had some backup finance with me. But due to COVID, we already paid 4 months rent, and each and every penny that I saved, it was more than 80,000 in past 2 years. I saved. It was all gone into the rent of January, February, March, April, and after March, we were not able to make even a single money, because the area was learning and development, and we were into offline trainings of corporates and colleges. Nothing worked out in the COVID situation. I was now in a very huge amount of debt. I had two credit cards, and I had to dissolve one credit card with my fixed deposit that I saved at the start of my college days. So when the curtains opened of this, when the COVID era started, I lost one of my credit card. I lost one of my fixed deposit. I I lost, the amount of money I was earning per month from my startup. I didn't had, much grades that I can go for, off campus and can apply and still can get a good job at a good MNC. All the options that I thought in the starting of university were gone. And this boy was now in debt of more than 1 lakh. It might be hard for a 21-year-old boy how he can manage. And not just that, he started receiving the third party calls, or the what we say collection team calls from banks that just pay your minimum amount of card, like today buy this. It was all frustrating. Entire April, entire May, this boy was into frustration. At that point in time, I was also serving as the area director. What happened next? People started having hope from me that I'll go for the election of division director. I went there just to see. I wasn't clear what to do, but there was one clear thought that I always follow. Whatever the situation is with me, I never complained about anything. Rather, what I believed is chase your own dreams. I am that kind of person who will go to ask for help less number of times, but rather would try to do something out of it. What happened next? I was elected as the division director, but within 1 week, I resigned from the division director position because I knew that I won't be able to continue this position, and even if I continue, I won't be able to satisfy the requirements of this position. This is a very position full of dignity, and I won't be able to fulfill the responsibility. When I resigned, Rolly, got on a call and just asked me, "Anirudh, what happened with you? Just tell me. I will help you." Just one thought was there: don't complain. You are the person who managed that, and you only have to make it through. Don't complain, but chase. This was the quote that I always recited each and every time. Don't complain, but chase. So I figured out a couple of options. Though our startup was not doing good, so we started collaborating with now other businesses as well, and we started reforming our product for online services. Definitely online people, I mean, it's a market. People are not ready to pay for any learning and development what they have paid into an offline model, but still we just were crawling, making sure that we keep. Hi, I get there was distraction. Sorry for that. Yeah. So we just made sure that we at least crawl. If we can't run fast, we just crawl into the market and we keep our presence. Next, I started looking for a part-time job now. I knew I will have my university, starting next month. Still, I was looking for a part-time job. And luckily, I got one with a very close reference. I didn't ask him for the money, but I asked him that if you have some work for me that I can do and I, manage my expenses, please refer me to that. He did that. I got one job. Not just that, within 10 days of getting my first part-time job, I also got an offer from second job. So the first job was from a healthcare startup that started this year only, post-COVID era, and they are angel investors, so they were the big guys. The second job offer that I got were even bigger guys. The office was based in Singapore and they had an office in Hyderabad, and that's a IT product-based company. And they asked me to manage their B2B business. They just saw my LinkedIn profile. They approached me directly. I didn't go for the job, but the job approached me this time. And I had now two options. So 6 months back, I didn't have any one option, but now I had two options, either to continue my startup or either to go for a part-time job. Again, I wasn't clear what to do. I just figured out. I talked to the founder of the company, with the IT product-based company. So I mentioned that I had this venture and I really wanted to make sure that this goes through this COVID era, and post-COVID era, I know this will be flourishing again, because we started our second office as well, and I wanted to expand it more. So he mentioned that, okay, Anirudh, let's do one thing. Let's collaborate on these terms. You won't work as an employee, but you will work as a partner now. So you take care of our B2B services. We are into staff augmentation and product development. So you take care of our B2B business, and we'll make sure that by collaborating with your business, we'll implement the learning and development programs for the corporates. This was a very, very frank discussion that I had with the founder of the company, and he agreed to each and every of my conditions. I also agreed to some commitments that he made. So right now I have not just one but two part-time jobs. I'm managing my startup, already managing my college classes. So the entire day is again a lot of busy, but still that one quote which I always follow, don't complain but chase, landed me into a situation now which is more stable. Now when I see and I look back, I would have asked for money from some people just to manage my credit card bills and all the debt. But when I chose to chase my dreams and to chase a solution by myself and to manage the solution by myself, my mindset and my all the experiences, all of my positive vibes just enabled me to find a solution by myself. I maybe I'm not the right person, I maybe I'm very young in this particular area, but what I can give away as a very good and fantastic learning right now is that you might also be caught up into some situation. Most of you might have lost your jobs. Things takes time, and this is from coming from my personal experience, that just don't assume that this is end of your life. The situation that I had, I might have gone for suicide, but I didn't choose that. I only asked myself what it takes to chase another step, and I did that. So this is just one experience that I wanted to share with everybody. And again, one more thing is coming, that I might have been very much less active in Delhi One Toastmasters, but I made sure that whoever is my mentee, I gave them my entire time, because I always believed in not just learn but passing on to the learning. So if you also have caught up into the same situation, guys, I request you, come onto the stage, speak yourself, and pass on the learning that you had, and I'll be very happy to share the same experience with you. On this note, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anirudh. That was really an inspiring speech. So before I call upon our third speaker, can we have the feedback for the first and second speaker? You would see a link in the chat box provided. You have 30 seconds to do so. Please provide the feedback for the first and second speaker, please.
That link is given once again. Please access to that link to give feedback.
Timer, please let me know when the 30 seconds are over.
Yeah, over.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. So next we have a third speaker, Toastmaster Akshay. But before calling him on the stage, I would call his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Avishi, to tell the objectives of the speech of Toastmaster Akshay. Over to you, Toastmaster Avishi.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Good evening, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Akshay is going to deliver a speech. It is elective project from level 3. The pathway is presentation mastery. The title of his speech is Inside. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing a speech with an emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. I wish good luck to the speaker and looking forward to a wonderful speech. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avishi. Toastmaster Akshay, would you like to have an audio video check?
Sure, Sanchit. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. All right,
I hope
great.
I'm visible also.
Absolutely. Let's proceed. Toastmaster Akshay, Inside. Inside, Toastmaster Akshay.
It was a large, sun-facing office area on the 11th floor of the building, which had a shiny glass exterior and a plush wooden interior. There were 27 people on, in a crisp, formal attire, suggesting that they were there for some serious business. However, 19 of them were sharp actors, planted there for a purpose. After 4 hours of business as usual work in the office, a dense smoke emerged from the other side of the floor. Although the smoke was non-hazardous, in about 7 to 8 minutes, half of the floor turned into a hazy chamber, like Delhi at the night of Diwali. 19 actors of the 27 people who were there were disguised as committed employees, did not budge from their seats, and kept producing a crickety sound from the keyboard of their computers, implying that there's no response required. It was smoke all around. The other 8 real employees stood up from their seat, but surprisingly, seeing their 15 counterparts in stern inaction, hesitantly sat down back on their seats, despite having to breathe hard and few needing to gasp for breath. Isn't it perplexing to think why would a group of 8 intelligent people would let the popular social norm of that area dominate their fairly evolved and enviable rational thought process, and take a decision which could have potentially led to a severe consequence had it not been a social experiment? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I just narrated a social experiment conducted by a reputed American scientist in 1969 to study the topic of herd behavior, or as we popularly call, mob mentality. Many of us may have been thinking as to what they would have done in that situation if they were put in the shoes of those 8 employees, what their response would have been. And again, preempting some of the responses, I can be fairly confident when I guess that the response would have been to run away from the smoke, or basically ring some bell or report the incident. But I can again guess with a fair degree of confidence that you would not have done that. You would not have moved away from the smoke. You would have continued to be seated in that place despite a heavy smoke there. Why? Because there were other 15 people who did not budge. Herd mentality. On a sunny afternoon of April this year, 2020, I walked up to a local grocery store, which is approximately 400 meters away from my home. Now, to be able to reach that grocery store, I have to first tread through a narrow lane with an overarching balconies on both the sides. Then I have to cross a main road to reach that grocery store. On a normal day in mid-March, a typical scene of that main road was something like this. The bikers whizzing past the pedestrians on their black bullet bikes, crisscrossing, blowing horns through the large stretch of road, and cars crawling amidst the heavy traffic on the crossroads. But on that day in April, it was covered in eerie silence, with intermittent barking of white and brown dogs running after passerbys. It was as if the air had a layer of fear coming out of minds of people inside the walls. The media channel had anchors who otherwise read news with a noisy pitch, reporting that the growing cases of COVID patients in a very bassy and empathetic voice. The number in mid-May was something around 4,200 COVID cases in India. Just about 2 days back, I heard the same TV anchor reporting that India crosses 50 lakh mark of corona cases. The remorse and the fear was replaced by Ria. But a rather unfortunate reality is that the tense air of fear on the roads is now replaced by a foul smell of carelessness. And all of us have become a part of that group of 8 real employees who did not act upon that smoke. Maybe we can say that when the vaccine fails, the herd mentality prevails. Very well acquainted with the possibility of an unfavorable repercussion, we still go out on those night-long drives, that unimportant shopping spree, that sidewalk at the night. A research led by University of Exeter has shown that the individuals have evolved to be overly influenced by their neighbors, by their peers, by their comparators. rather than relying on their own instinct. As a result, the groups have become less responsive to the change of their natural environment. Based on my experience as a professional who is there in the industry, whose work is there to kind of provide a market insight to to the organizations, some of the largest organizations in India. In my professional work, I provide market insights and advisory services to some of the good big organizations. I notice one thing very often. The organizations tend to follow the same herd behavior, relying all too often on the popular market practices, on what's popular, what's out there in the market, what the peers are doing, what everybody is doing. Meaning that not just the individuals, not just the humans, but the large corporations also are a victim of herd mentality. Now, I would like to clarify that I am not someone who is against observing what the society is doing and being a good part of the social circle, well knitted in that. Or in case of the corporate organizations, I'm not against using some of the best practices, best techniques out there. However, it is important and crucial to find the right balance between the heart and the brain, to listen to what everybody is doing, but also to contextualize everything basis your own requirement, basis your own experience, listening to your heart. How can we do that? There are a few steps. First, create a smaller herd. When you look outside for the market references, for what the people are doing in the market, create a smaller group of people who emulate what your realities are. Perhaps you are somebody who has a comorbidity, and therefore you don't need to look at somebody who is very fit and what he's doing as an outcome of COVID response. But you need to look at somebody who is a equally sick person, diseased person, what his response is towards the COVID situation, for instance. The second is ask questions. In times when our emotional side demands for a social acceptance and is ready to bend its back of our intelligent, rational mind, ask a few questions. Why do I need to confirm? Am I compromising on my long-term principles just for a short-term acceptance? What are the outcomes if I don't confirm? Do I need to bother about the noise? The third thing which you can do to break from the monotony of herd mentality is that meditate. That closed eye focus between your brows is not good for nothing. It, after all, unites your mind and heart to act in a synchronized manner. It brings back your focus from the urge to be accepted by the outsiders and fit outside to begin looking inside, to finding the right balance and to explore the oceans and the shining skies inside. After all, it all begins from inside. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. So let's take 30 seconds to give the feedback for the third speaker, Toastmaster Akshay. You would see the link in the chat box itself.
Yeah, 30 seconds have passed.
Thank you so much, Timer. So that's we end. Now we end with the prepared speech section, and that was a great lineup of amazing speakers, isn't it? So next we have a table topic section. But before going to the table topic section, I would like to present you the first evidence given for the moon landing. We'll just show you the PPT. All right, just a second. So just, all right, so the first evidence given by the conspirators for the fake landing was that the first mission was done in 1969, and it's been about 50 years we haven't gone to the space again. Why is it that no one is talking about going to moon again? It's been 50 years. We hardly have any evidence, any information of what's in the moon. So that's what conspiracy is, that it's been 50 years, and how is it possible that a technology was so advanced at that point of time that we hardly can go now? To which the counter argument given by government was that yes, it's very true, it's been 50 years and we haven't gone to the space, and we are not even planning of going on space in near future. That's simply because it requires a lot of materials, resources, money to go on space. So that's why we are not planning, and we have more or less everything that we want to know about the moon. And government say, if you still don't believe about about the moon landing, we have the moon rocks with us. You can see the moon rocks, and that can really pacify about the moon landing to space. So which side do you guys think is more plausible? So next segment we have the table topic section, which is by Toastmaster Shreya. She is the table topic master for the day. And over to you, table topic, Toastmaster Shreya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanchit. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So when I heard about the theme conspiracy theories, I knew this is my genre. Be it mysteries, thrillers, or conspiracy theory documentaries, books, I'm a huge fan of all of them. And two of the conspiracy theories which are my favorite is one which Toastmaster Sanjit mentioned, US faked the moon landing. And second is this Subhash Chandra Bose death. Some believe that he died in a plane crash. Some believe that he himself conspired his fake death. And some believe that Nehru betrayed him so he and planned his death. So today our table topic session would be all about conspiracy. So my first table topic is not particularly a topic, it's a general discussion between two people. So I want two members to volunteer for this. If anyone would like to volunteer?
Like to volunteer. And I guess Jyoti, Toastmaster Jyoti is also available.
So first is all about, recently we heard about the most current conspiracy theory about coronavirus. Some believe that the coronavirus released from the Wuhan laboratory. So I need two delegates. One would be in support of China and defend that this is all about this allegation is all fake, and this is just to defame the country as it is emerging like a second superpower. And the second delegate would be against the topic, which is we have to tell that no, coronavirus is a bioweapon of China. So Karthik, you would be for the topic, which is you have to defend your country, which is China, and explain everyone that this is just to defame your country as it is globally emerging as a second superpower. And Jyoti, you can be from any country, let's say India, and you have to convince people know that this China planned all this and planned this conspiracy. I hope this is clear.
Absolutely clear. Jyoti, please start.
Yes.
You first.
Clear. Yes. Clear.
Jyoti,
Of
voice is
course,
cracking.
you know, China has had these
Jyoti,
ideas
your voice is lagging.
in the world. and it's hello. Okay, is it audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Is it audible?
yes, you are audible.
Is it
Please
audible now?
start. Yes, you are audible
Yes.
right now. Please start.
Ever since China became a communist country and a godless country, it was the it is in the nature of China to dominate, and this is the dominating nature which has come through this COVID crisis. It was not just because of negligence that China did not tell anybody about such a virus which was infecting its population. If it was innocent, it had nothing to hide, but it did plan it, and it planned it to such an extent that it will not only cause China to emerge economically very powerful, it will also cause it to emerge uh, as the biggest power in the country, in the world. Now, why I'm saying so? See, the only rival who is there to China is America. And the best way to bring down America right now is economic disaster. And with the president of America doing some part of the job, it's the best time to bring it down also. Second part is that the only companies which are going to benefit out of these are the pharma companies. And on the basis of that, it is only the pharma companies who are going to build a vaccine and then become very, very rich. And China, being one of the biggest countries making medicines, is going to benefit out of it. Over to the proponent of China.
Thank you, Jyoti, for this wonderful insight. China, okay, yeah, as per your assumption, supposedly, coronavirus started from Wuhan region of China, as per media says. So, I would like to access the proof exactly from when it got started, either from laboratory by the few media which has been said, from a fish market, or from mainland of China or some another region, because there's another conspiracy theory that it was started in the Canada and the laboratory of Toronto. They supposedly have a mixture of scientists from different dysentery regimes. And another one, if coronavirus, yes, we are experiencing the deadly after effects of this coronavirus. And why few countries and the citizens of the countries are doing stupidity, the governments are getting exposed in the name of the virus? Why we are facing food shortage? Why we are facing indisciplinary in the citizens of the global global world? And why few countries like Vietnam, uh, Malaysia, most of the Southeast Asia regions, South America, except Brazil, seems to be safe from coronavirus. That's it. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik and Jyoti. This blame game would continue until the things would get better again. Whatever it is, this has took a toll on all of us. So moving to the next topic, Toastmaster Akshay, would you like to participate? Okay. So any famous conspiracy you know and would like to share with us?
The one I recall is that the Samsung planted one of the top executives in Nokia to kind of plan its, uh, downfall eventually, because Nokia, being one of the largest player of mobile phones at one point in time, could not have been, diminished to such a level without some insider job. So that's one which I can recall at the top of my mind.
Anyone else would like to volunteer?
I nominate guest Shubham if he is available.
Shubham, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but right now I cannot recall this is really conspiracy theory that he pointed out Nokia and Samsung one.
I'm giving you another topic. Shubham, would you like to try?
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Would you like to try? I'll give you another topic.
Yeah, sure.
So there's a famous quote by Paulo Coelho. When
Yeah.
you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Please share your views on this.
Okay, I was in class 9 when I read this book, The Alchemist. So this quote is really very near to me. And then I saw the movie in which Shah Rukh Khan was the protagonist, and he also did some lines similar to it. So from that very time, I know about this theory and this quote. I'm really trying to always execute this. That whenever you want something, the universe conspires to deliver it to you. So whenever I am upset about my goals and whenever I'm thinking that okay, this is what I want, I always follow this quote. I always sometimes even I reread the novel The Alchemist so as to have this belief. And like I want to join the armed forces, I am preparing for the SSBs, and I was also preparing for UPSC CAPF exams. So whenever I'm upset, I just sit down and read these famous quotes so as to have a firm belief that someday I will do something better in my life and I will be near to my goals, since I am very much, very much near. I really want that dream, so I come back to that quote, and I really think that someday I will get that, get this. I
Thank
can.
you, Shubham.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shubham. I think there is a superpower which conspires everything. Okay, so timer, do we have more time?
Yeah, we can have one more.
So, anyone else would like to volunteer? Sajal?
Hi, Shreya. Yes, I would like to volunteer.
So, your topic is despite the number of deaths all around the world, there is a segment of society that believes the pandemic, the fear, the lockdown were to manipulate the public due to political reasons by the government. Do you really think this is a conspiracy planned by government?
Can you repeat the topic once?
Okay, sorry, it's a bit lengthy. Despite the number of deaths all around the world, there is a segment of society that believes that the pandemic, the fear, the lockdown were to manipulate the public for political reasons and benefit for their business. So, do you really think that government planned this conspiracy?
I don't think that the government planned this conspiracy. I guess if we see it as two segments, like we see society as another part and government as another part, but we have to look at it as a whole of humanity. So I guess what the government is doing, it is doing for itself also, it is doing for others also. So if we look at it from that perspective, I think that the part of society that believes that it is due to political reasons, I don't think that after watching so many, after witnessing so many deaths and the fear that that has arisen in the minds of people is very rational. And I think it is because when the pandemic struck you, all of us were shocked. All of us were, nobody knew that what was going to happen. There was a concept of shock and nobody knew what to believe. So it's easier to believe in a conspiracy. It's easier to believe in something that is not rational because immediately we are fearful and we decide to think of a way that we decide to think of a way that doesn't kill that fear, that doesn't we immediately go on to that result that makes it less rational because it's easier to believe. But when we have to believe that it is due to, like, we have to take some precautions, we have to do something, so I think that right now, everybody believes that it was not due to political reasons. Immediately when that pandemic struck, then all of us, some of us still believed that that pandemic is not real. We wanted to believe that something good is there, that the pandemic is due to just political reasons. But right now, I guess we all believe in the opposite. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Shreya.
Thank you, Master Sanjay. I totally agree with you. All we are asked to wear a mask and do social distancing, and still we are complaining. So that is from my side. I think the theme was really good. And as you can see, there's a Sherlock Holmes poster there. I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories, mysteries, and I love the theme. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreya. That was really an interesting table topic section. So next up, we have the general evaluation section. But before proceeding to that section, I would like to give the second evidence given by the conspirators. Just share my screen. Next slide. All right, yeah. So this is an interesting evidence given by the conspirators, which say that there's no air, there's no wind in the space. It's completely vacuum. So how is it possible that the flag is waving? How is it possible that the flag is erect and waving despite of there's no air, no wind? And to which the government said that yes, it's very true that there's no wind, there's no air, and you can see the flag flying. That's because we put a horizontal rod in the flag so that we can see the flag waving. We never wanted the flag should be shrill or dull or just lying this like that. We wanted the photo should come perfect and it should be waving. Isn't that too good to be true? And do you really believe in the government? I don't know. I don't believe. So that was the second evidence. Now we have, okay, now stop sharing. Next up, we have the general evaluation section, which is, we have a general evaluator, Toastmaster Arun, with us. He would be guiding us from where we lack and where we can improve upon with this team of auxiliary rule players. Over to you, Toastmaster Arun.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please continue.
First, I would like to thank our two great Toastmaster Gupta, who has completed a successful meeting, two successful meetings. Now the question is why we are continuing this? Because we have already completed everything, but taking years. So what we are expecting that after completion of this session, what we have to improve and where we have to improve, who will decide this and how it will be decided. It will be decided in our session, and that's like the gravity, the importance of evaluation is very high. In this session, we focused the sandwich trend, that is CRC approach. CRC is commendation, recommendation, and then again commendation. Commendation means some positive energy, and recommendation means some evaluation part, recommendation part. So that every person who has come will get some positive energy after completion of the entire meeting. So in three parts, the evaluator will evaluate the session and to personal group, and in the second session, our executive or player will come and evaluate and give this persons to all over the persons who have already come on the virtual stages. And our third session, in which we are called general evaluator, will evaluate what we have achieved and where we have to improve in a general way. So now we start our first session, and that is our speech evaluation session. So I would like to invite our first evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, who will evaluate our first a speaker, Toastmaster Santosh Devi. So welcome to Toastmaster Bhagirajan on virtual stage. Please come.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Arun. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Santosh Devi for completing her level 3 of innovative planning pathway. I'm so impressed by the vocal variety throughout the speech the speaker maintained. The speaker had a vibrant and dynamic voice which hooked the audience throughout her speech. I loved the way she controlled the pitch of her speech according to the content. For instance, when she said anger, she had a high pitch and her gestures were totally in sync with whatever she said. When she said every little and stayed calm, she had a low pitch. And when she said sometimes anger affects our health at a dangerous level, her pitch was high. Words can never be taken back. The pitch was low. So I really liked the way she, throughout the speech, controlled her pitch and she had a loud volume throughout the speech. However, there's always a scope of improvement. So I have a couple of recommendations that the speaker may consider which can make her speech even more better. The first recommendation is on the articulation and pronunciation of words, as I could found that there were some mispronounced words in her speech. So the speaker may work on that and some of the grammatical aspects. Also, when she was speaking, I just felt that she was controlling her pitch really well, but her volume was constantly loud and energetic. So the speaker may consider it lowering her volume as well when she lowers her pitch. That would make the message more impactful and easy for the listener to absorb. So overall, I really love that the speech had a message in her speech that we should not get angry with other people, and it was very relatable when she said that do you get angry with your mother when she doesn't make your favorite food. So the speaker hooked the audience throughout her speech with a vocal variety and content. She had a clear articulation and effective use of pauses with smooth fluent timing, and the emotions were conveyed really well through vocal variety. So, to summarize, I would say that the speaker had a successfully varied speech, pitch, and a vibrant volume. The speech can be even more excellent if she works on her pronunciation and volume. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bhagirajan. Now, I would like to invite our second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Karthik Misra, who will evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Anirudh Kumar. So welcome to Toastmaster Karthik Misra. Please come on the virtual stage.
Thank you, General Evaluator Arun. Speaker Anirudh, the speech started "Don't Complain But Chase." His speech completely apt to the title of speech. Such an inspirational journey that he has covered, and he has explained to us in such a concise and crisp way that he had the courage to have his own startup, despite all the odds, being a student in a college and with so much of busyness, still could be able to continue with Toastmaster journey with full of energy and enthusiasm. I appreciate the delivery of his speech, the structure, and handling the flow of speech with the plethora of disturbances due to technical issue. Because he already explained in his speech in the starting one that his laptop needs to be repaired and he is using a phone camera, phone, the things that we need to work on, that technical issue which I already mentioned. The structure of speech in the middle part, because starting was fantastic, and conclusion I couldn't be able to find out the conclusion and the middle part, difference between conclusion and the middle part of the speech. Vocal variety that he needs to work on, and he knows how to handle the vocal variety. Plus, on a personal note, please take care of your health. There is so much of busyness, and please keep yourself calm and cool. I want to challenge the speaker on the same vocal variety. Gesture, lesser amount of gestures was there, so I will challenge on the gestures. Good clarity, good eye contact, good, perfect audience awareness, comfort level, interest. Just gesture and vocal variety needs to be taken care of. I'm proud. I can say that I'm proud to be part of Delhi One Toastmaster, to be able to know wonderful individuals like Toastmaster Vivek Kumar, and he motivate and inspire me in my own personal journey of life. Thank you. That's it from my end. Over to General Evaluator, and all the best to the speaker in future.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik sir. Yeah, now may I request Toastmaster Abhishek Rathore to please come and evaluate our third speaker, Toastmaster Akshay Arora. Toastmaster Abhishek Rathore.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It was a prudential decision to start with an interesting social experiment done by the American scientist. The way he describes the office was very appealing to me. The speaker used alliteration when he compares the smoking room to Delhi during Diwali, which is commendable. Body language was great. When he said breathe hard, he did that, that he is feeling uneasy to breathe, and he showed it to us. He used his hands to show the narrow lane like this. I could see the voice modulation. He was loud when he said blowing horn loud. The kind of he kind of illuminated the dog's sound. I have some recommendations. He could have used the word of the day. Also, he can work on time management because he kind of exceeded the time limit. So he can practice this. He can practice with a stopwatch to keep track of time. Also, there were some filler words like and you know, not used much but used, so they can be avoided. And I would say that, yeah, I really like one more thing. When he was talking about the reporter, I felt that as if I'm listening to a news reporter because he used voice modulation, and also towards the end, he also mentioned how to come out of the herd mentality that was meditating. So when you talk about something negative, it's good to show people like how to come out of that thing. To summarize, I would say that the speaker was good with the voice modulation, use of hands, language was good, as it had alliteration also. He just has to work on the time management so that he can cover this speech in 7 minutes, which is the time allotted. Overall, it was interesting speech. The idea of starting speech with social experiment was good. I enjoyed the speech throughout. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhishek. Now our first segment is completed, and the second segment is the report of our executive player. So in today's meeting, There are 4 auxiliary role players who will submit their report, and the first auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Bhavya Jain, who is listener of the today's meeting. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Bhavya Jain to please come and carry forward to this meeting.
Thank you once again, Toastmaster Arun. So now it's the time to check who all were attentive during the meeting. So my first question is for Toastmaster Shreya. What was the name of Anirudh's startup?
Cross Kids.
It was for Shreya.
Sorry.
Okay. So the next question, it is for Toastmaster Arun Kumar.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to reach to step on moon, and what was the date? The date part is more important.
Sorry, can you repeat this? Who was the first person?
Who was the first person to step on moon, and on which date?
Date, I think person is Neil Armstrong, and date, I think it's 1959.
No.
1969.
Yes, correct. Okay, so the next question is for guest Shubham. Shubham, are you there? I think he has left the meeting. Okay, so this one is for Toastmaster Sajal. Which satellite Neil Armstrong stepped on moon? The name of satellite.
Bhavya, I joined late.
Huh?
I joined late.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask another question to you. Okay. Avishi, would you like to answer?
What was the question?
With which satellite Neil Armstrong stepped on moon?
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyone who remembers?
Apollo 11.
Yes, correct. So the next question is for Toastmaster Karthik. What conspiracy did Toastmaster Akshay spoke in table topics?
Sorry, I don't remember.
Okay, so Toastmaster Sanchit, would you like to answer?
It was about the Nokia and Samsung.
Yes, correct. Okay, so this is the last question for Toastmaster Shivam. What is the word of the day and its meaning?
I think the word of the day is collusion.
Yes.
And it's something to do with negatively. I just remember that. Something collude for something in a negative sense, if I'm not.
Yes, a secret agreement, mostly negative.
Yeah.
So that's all from my side. Thank you for being attentive throughout the meeting. So, and it is a quote by Dalai Lama that when we speak, we are just speaking whatever we already know. But when we listen, we are gaining new things which we don't know. So thank you for being good listeners in today's meeting. So over to you, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bhavya. Now it's time to our second auxiliary role player, our language mediator, who is being done by our veteran Toastmaster Ankur Srimali. So may I request to Toastmaster Ankur Srimali, please come on the virtual stage, and over to Toastmaster Ankur Srimali.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I would begin with the beautiful words used today. The words were like conceded, adrenaline, aspirations, collaboration, unviable, mob mentality, budge, whizzing, crisscrossing, coveted, repercussions, shopping spree, vibrant, dynamic, and plethora. There were beautiful phrases as well, which were used by few speakers. For example, Shivam said, no one can mess with time. Sanju said, Sanju used a phrase, cup of tea. She also said, stay happy and enjoy life. Toastmaster Anirudh said, when the curtains opened, chase your own dreams, don't complain but chase. That was the title of his speech. If we can't run, at least crawl. That was something which was inspirational. Toastmaster Akshay said, gasping for breath. Air had a layer of fear. Uh, it all begins from inside. And one quote which our guest used was from the book Alchemist. When you want something, the entire universe conspires to achieve it, to make it achievable. Coming to word of the day, I would first of all like to thank Toastmaster Avishi and Toastmaster Bhavya for trying at least encouraging people to use the word of the day. The word of the day was used only once, and that was not used in a sentence but as a recall. Uh, but I would like to point out few places where we could have used it. First, Toastmaster Akshay could have said that the 12 guys colluded in a social experiment. Toastmaster Anirudh could have said that bad situations colluded to financial crunch. Toastmaster Karthik could have said that all countries are colliding against China, colluding against China, sorry. Toastmaster Jyoti could have said that China is colluding with pharmaceutical companies. So there were many opportunities for us to use word of the day. And now coming to some incorrect usages of word which could have been improved. For example, someone said what happened when we speak. Should have been said as what happens when we speak. You have to inform me earlier. You should have informed me earlier. If you have wait for some hours, if you have to wait for some hours, or have you waited for some hours, our heartbeat might increases. Should be our heartbeat might increase. We should away from the anger. We should stay away from the anger. Someone said village people can be said simply as villagers. But someone said it didn't started 5 months back. It should be it didn't start 5 months back. Evidence of what's in the moon should be evidence of what's on the moon. We can't know what is what's in the moon. And one last thing which I want to tell everyone is the difference between content and content. When we are satisfied, we are content. But when speaking of the structure of the speech or something, then we are talking of the content. So that is the difference, and that's all from the language evaluators report about the general.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amgut. Now, our third auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Pooja Yadav, who will submit the report of the counter. So may Toastmaster Pooja Yadav to please come virtual stage and submit your report, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Once again, good evening, everyone. As per my report, I will start first of all the person who haven't used any single fillers, and she is Toastmaster Bhavya. Big round of applause for her. And now I have I have divided all the members in 3 categories. In first category, the members who use the fillers in between 1 to 5 times, and in second category, the members who use the fillers between 5 to 10, and the more than 10 times the person who use will be in third category. So Toastmaster Karthik was in second category, Sanchit. In first category, Toastmaster Shivam, Toastmaster Ankur, Toastmaster Santosh, and Toastmaster Akshay, and guest Shubham, and Toastmaster Arun. And in second category, Toastmaster Karthik and me myself, Pooja. And in third category, Toastmaster Sanchit, Toastmaster Shreya, Toastmaster Anirudh, and Toastmaster Sajjal, Toastmaster Avishi. And these categories for the sounds as arms, and some members for the Anirudh, his favorite word was he used 6 times, and for this Sajal, her favorite word was that, she used 5 times, and Karthik took 3 times short pauses, and Santosh used 2 times repetition of actually. And that is from my side. Over to Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. Now our fourth auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Shivam Asthana, who will submit the report of timer. So may I request to Toastmaster Shivam to please come on the virtual stage and submit your report, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Perfect. So from today's meeting, we are well running within the time, or I should say, we are well running ahead. We have managed our time very well. Congratulations to all the main role players: Toastmaster Sanjay, Toastmaster Bhavya, Toastmaster the table talking master Shreya. Uh, Now I will just present my report into 3 categories: people who were well within the time, people who reached the maximum limit and used the grace limit, and the people who exceeded the time limit and stand disqualified from today's certification. So all the speakers in the introduction were well within the time limit. No, none of them really exceeded the time limit and were well within the grace period. So I won't really focus on that. Coming to the prepared speech section, it seems all the 3 speakers were missing with the time limit. Toastmaster Santosh took 7 minutes 29 seconds. So that's why she has just qualified, because she is 1 second less in the grace period. Toastmaster Akshay took 9 minutes 52 seconds, and Anirudh took 9 minutes 43 seconds. So my request for both the speakers would be to time their speeches going forward and stay within the time limit. In the table topic section, every speaker was well within the time limit. There was no issues. When it comes to speech evaluators, everyone was again within the time limit. Under auxiliary role players, Toastmaster Bhavya took exactly 3 minutes. That was a maximal all time. Toastmaster Ankur took 3 minutes 36 seconds, which is more than the maximum of time plus the grace period. So he stands disqualified. And Toastmaster Pooja took 2 minutes 29 seconds, which is again uh, just managing to be in the cutoff. So my request to all the speakers would be to better manage their time, to all the speech evaluators, auxiliary role players, to time their speeches and be aware of it. Okay, that's it from my side. Back to the Toastmaster general evaluator, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shivam. Now I request to take masters to please launch the digital ballot papers for our best evaluator.
First, I would like to everyone please vote for best prepared speaker. You have 30 seconds to do so. Timer, please take note of time. Please, everyone vote. Now, everyone, please vote for the best speech evaluator.
Yeah.
You have 30 seconds to do so.
Yeah, time is up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for your vote. Now I request everyone to please vote for best table topic speaker. You have 30 seconds to do so. Okay, fine.
Yep, done.
Thank you very much, Tech Master.
Okay, thank you. Shall I start for best social good player, general evaluator?
Yeah.
Okay. Please give me a moment. Please everyone vote. You have 30 seconds to do so.
Yeah, it's done. 30 seconds.
Thank you, Ayman.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for vote. Over to general evaluator.
Karthik, may I proceed further?
Yes, yes, you can continue. Over to you.
Now it's time to general evaluation. So I will request to timer to please note the down time from 4 to 6 minutes. I would like to start with Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms had started the meeting on the fixed time, that is 6:45. And even he already started and invited to all the persons, all the members to join the meeting. That is very good. And the mission and club banner have already shown during the starting of the meeting. The club mission was clearly audible, and it was clearly shown. It was clearly audible to every person that why we are here and what is our club missions and what we are getting from our entire meeting. So it was very enthusiastic and very mannerful way. One recommendation side is that when SAA will come, then it should be clear that our president is present or our acting president. Now moving to the, I would like to do our give the digital ballots without taking much time. So it's a very good idea, good job done by our tech masters. Now coming to our president, our acting president, Toastmaster Master has started the meeting with a very smiling and laughing face and invited to our guest with a very familiar and respectful manner, and also left a very good message for the guest. So that is very commendable side from to our acting president. One recommendation is that when you hand over the stage to our TMOD, there is something like very audible and with a great applause and boost up with an energy to our TMOD, because TMOD has to continue for a long time in this session. Now coming to our TMOD, Sanjay Gupta, TMOD has took a very interesting topic and that is very attractive theme. And before the meeting, we all were thinking that there is a conspiracy, but why, how it can be converted as a theory? Is it possible to a conspiracy theory? But it has been done by our TMOD and great applause for our team Modi that he has done everything. But the examples have been given by the team Modi in very large way, like moon landing, hoax, and alien exit, and so many things. So it is also a commendable side that it's a good step and focus more on this, more on these things. But recommendation side is that the speech was very pace. So if it will be, it could be some reduced in pace, then it would be more beneficial to everyone. And second thing is that the feedback of the speaker should be come one by one, not be like two or three minutes, so that there will be confusion for everyone to how the feedback will be given from 2 to 3 speakers in a single time. So one later recommendations. Now moving to our table topic masters. Table topic masters, Toastmasters here, Lucy has done a great and good job because she has initiated a new theme. New theme means she had also invited to a couple of persons in a discussion manner, and then after she changed the track and invited to a single person. So that is a good idea. So it's a commendable set. But one recommendation set is that try to give maximum time to the audience, and so that the audience can take more time. But and one more recommendation is that the time of the TDM should be increased from 10 to 15 minutes, because I think 10 minutes is very low to control the TDM. Now coming to the evaluation section, it was a big challenge for our 3 evaluators to give the evaluation, because all the speakers was very expertise in their speaking and leadership skill. But our evaluators has done a good and great job and evaluated very honestly. So I thanks to all the evaluators to carry on this stage. And important thing is that all the evaluator was very familiar with the goals of the speech, and he has pointed out everything, whatever he found. So I will not say more about what he has said in their evaluation, but when we can take a speech as a holistic view, means suppose some has the like Toastmaster story about himself, so we can summarize it in a single minute and then convert it in an evaluation section. Like Toastmaster Akshay also represented a corporate sector and has also said that how we can balance between heart and brain. So we can also point out these things as a commendable side. And Toastmaster Akshay has given the speech. The purpose of the speech was language. Was it? Language evaluation about the language. So we can point out how the language is very creative in their speeches and where is the need to recommendations also. And in the third speakers, in one more speakers, Toastmaster Santosh has given so many examples, but these examples have not been quoted in the evaluation sections, like the examples of Lord Buddha, examples of their homes, examples of so many things. So we can point out and also point out because it was a grammatical, the purpose of the speaker of Toastmaster Santosh was a grammatical way. So we can point out some grammatical commendation. Is how grammar is used in very good way. But the speaker had done very well that she had also pointed out pronunciation of word is not perfect and grammatical aspects. So every speaker and every evaluator has done very good job. Now coming to our Toastmaster, coming to our evaluation sections. first evaluator Toastmaster Ankur Srimali had presented their report in a very intellectual and a smart way. Means a digital screen had been shown when he was using the word of the day, and there are so many examples that how we have to use this word. And even during the submission of report, he has also suggested to some persons, to some speakers, that how the sentence could be converted in with the word of the day. So that was very good example for today's meeting, and I think that it's a very good thing for our side and for language evaluator. And thing is that when he was saying some commendable areas, then he was pointed out the name of the speakers. But when he was saying about the recommendation side, then he was not using the name of the speaker. So that was a good thing. I think it's an example of expertise in the executive players. Now coming to our timer, Toastmaster Shivam Asthana has briefed their role in a very good and mannerful way, and completed their introduction in 50 seconds. And he also mentioned the 30 seconds upper and lower limit. But one recommendation side is that he had not mentioned the separate time. Had been a separate time allotted to every session, like 5 to 7 minutes in speeches. So, proper way. The Puja describes the role of work, able to everything and mention everything, submit their report very honestly and individually, point out everything that what the speaker had used their counter and where he has to improve everything. And our listeners had started again, our active person and listener has started with their speeches in a very smiling and laughing face, so that the audience who were hearing her was very feeling enthusiastic to reply the questions of the listener. So it is very commendable side from today's meeting, and asked many questions to many persons, and he also started with a conspiracy concept and ended with the story of Dalai Lama. That is very good ending from our listener. So I think that from my side, and I would like to thanks to all the speakers, and all the persons who have completed these things. And now I would like to hand over this stage to our TM Modi Toastmaster. TM Modi. Thank you. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arun. That was really a constructive evaluation section from your side. So I would just like to conclude my first theory with giving you the last piece of evidence given by the conspirators. All right. So the conspirators said that there are stars in the sky, there are stars in the space. Why can't we see the stars in this picture? This is the actual picture given by the astronauts who landed on the moon. People say that why aren't there any stars and there's completely black background in this space? So to which the government said and the NASA agency said that yes, it's very true that there are stars present in this space, but why you can't see the stars in this picture is because the surface of the moon, and if you see the spacesuit of the astronaut is very shiny, it attracts all the light. So when you click the picture, it takes all the light, makes the background completely dull and black. That's what the government has to say. So which side do you think is more convincing, the conspirator side who said that the moon landing was completely fake, or the government who actually said that we went to the moon? So next theory we have is one of my favorite theory, pyramids of Giza. So what this theory is, that conspirators have always said that it is humanly not possible to create such big, such humongous pyramids 3,000, 4,000 years ago. People say that that it's impossible to create such humongous because at that time there were no machines, there was no architecture proper, and how could you create such a humongous pyramids at that point of time? So what conspirators has to say, that it is the gift of aliens to us who gave us these pyramids. They say that these rocks weigh too much heavy. A single rock weigh around 2 tons, and that's humanly not possible. Even today's ingenious architect says that if we try to build such big pyramids, it's not possible because we have machines and everything. At that point of time, there was nothing. So how is it possible that they created? So that's one evidence that it is created by the aliens. The second evidence given by the conspirators that it was the act of aliens was that if you see the top of the pyramids of all three pyramids, it completely aligns to the North Pole star. I mean, how did they have that astronomy, that science at that point of time, or is it coincidental that they actually point directly towards the North Pole star? The third evidence given by the conspirators say that if you see the coordinate of the middle of the pyramid, that is exactly 29.9792 and so on. That is exactly the speed of the light. I mean, how can they evaluate the speed of light at that point of time? How is it so coincidental that the coordinate is exactly the speed of the light? That's what conspirators have to say, that it is humanly not possible. It's the act of aliens to us. And the only explanation the government can give is that they dug out a little bit of pyramid and they found a debris of people, which say that during the construction there were many people who died, which says that it's humanly possible and it's the human who created these pyramids. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't believe that it was humanly possible. So I think it's the act of aliens. So that is from my side. I hope you could learn a thing or two about these conspiracy theories. If you are really interested, I would like to share some of the sources. From where did I get all these conspiracy? I would like to share that. Just bring me up. So that is from my side. I would just like to give the stage back to the acting president, Toastmaster Bhavya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanchit, for such an amazing theme for the meeting. So first, I would request the Tech Master to please launch the polls for best role player.
Yes, please everyone vote. You have 30 seconds to do so. Timer, please take note of time.
So I would like to mention in today's meeting, we had many debutant role players like Toastmaster Sanchit was playing Teamwork for the first time, Toastmaster Arun was playing General Evaluator for the first time, and Toastmaster Avishi was doing speech evaluation for the first time. And I must say, they all did justice to their roles and did really amazingly. So we have a guest in our today's meeting, Toastmaster Shubham. I would request you to please tell how did you like the meeting and if you have any feedback for us.
Thank you so much. Such a warm welcome. I really like the way the meeting moved forward. They prepare topics, then the impromptu one and the general evaluation. I really like how all of you interact and then give such evaluations which helps each other to grow and to learn certain things. I do not remember the name, but I really like the theory given by. I do not remember his name, but the conspiracy theory uh, was really interesting, and I got to know a few of the really important things like the pyramids of Giza. The feedback is that I am looking forward to joining this club as a permanent member and hoping to have a great time with all. Thank you.
Great to hear that, Shubham, and hope we see you in our next meeting as well, and soon you become a member of our club. Looking forward to it. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
So, I would request all the members, those who haven't renewed their membership, that today is the last day to renew. So please go and renew your membership. Like, your learning should never stop. Like Toastmasters should always continue. So I would like to ask the Tech Master, are the results ready?
Yes, the results are ready. Can I show it?
Yeah, please share.
Yes. Give me a moment, please. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Jyoti Kumari.
She's not here right now.
Okay, fine.
The Best Speaker Award goes to Toastmaster Santosh Devi. Congratulations. Best Auxiliary Role Player goes to our Language Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Ankur Shrimali. Congratulations, Ankur. Best Evaluator goes to me.
Congrats.
Best Role Player goes to our debutant Timor, Toastmaster Sanchit Gupta. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
That's it for results.
So I would request everyone to please turn on your videos for a group fee. Pooja. Yeah. We can do a one for Delhi One Toastmasters.
Who is taking the screenshot? Okay.
Thank you, everyone. So, thanks a lot for joining in today's meeting and taking roles and participating. Hope to see you in Sunday's meeting and next Friday's meeting as well. So, signing off. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Hope to see you on the Sunday.